It's another TCG short. We're
It's not
here,
long.
we're short.
All of those things are true.
Yes. 10 minutes, go.
All right. Things I wanted to talk about today is really hobby essentials. Like, I feel like we're in a world where you can get real bougie with hobby stuff now.
There's a lot of variety, and I can say that wholeheartedly after the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And perusing various suppliers and their hobby stock that they have.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit out there.
And a lot of it is optional.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the question for me is, what is the stuff that you absolutely cannot live without? What is the solid investment versus just the, I couldn't possibly not buy something, so I have this extra shit?
Yep. All right. Do you want me to answer?
I mean, at some point in the next 9 minutes.
All right. So my essentials, I can't do push to fit models. I need glue.
True.
So my favorite is that little blue and yellow plastic glue.
The Rexel contactor with the needle.
That you light.
It's the best thing on the market.
Yes.
I don't care.
As an ex-smoker, that's the main reason to keep my lighter around.
Yeah, I have one for that exact reason, or the oven lighter at a pinch, but that's the same. Super glue, given the world of 3D printing doesn't like that.
What super glue do you go for?
I am a huge fan of the Loctite, but the gel.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a Bunnings trick away. And I kind of get annoyed they put you in those little squeezy bottle things because you invariably can't get all the glue out of those. But the gel is just, you put it there and it stays there. It's lovely. Fills gaps.
I've been using for the last, I don't know how many months, but quite a while, the Gorilla Glue, just from Woolies. I mean, yeah, you can get by with the stock standard home brand stuff.
Absolutely. It does a job.
Yeah.
And, there's usually, one of the 5 packs or whatever they come in for doing terrain or
for
extra
$2
shit.
or whatever. Yeah. All right. So we got our glue, paint.
I mean, you do need it. I will say you do not need a million paints from 50,000 ranges, but you do need paint. It all does the same shit, if I'm really honest. If you buy any of the hobby brands, whether that's Warhammer, whether that's Army Painter, whether that's AK, whether that's Vallejo, whether that's, take your pick, it's probably going to do something very similar. They will all have a contrast speed paint equivalent if you want. They will all have other things if you want to get wild. Get some basic colors and you're good. You probably need something to put that paint on with.
So, like fingers.
Yes. A sponge. Actually, to be fair, sponge is a good option.
I have seen a lot of videos of people doing sponge on paint recently. And I know it's a thing. I know it's always been a thing, but I've never actually been game enough to try it. How do you need to do anything with? Because I mean, I've bought so many models that come with foam in the blister pack or whatever, and I've seen people use that. Does that actually work, or do you need to sort of prep it?
It does work. You probably want it a little bit soggy, but also, like, you will get a texture with that is probably the call out. So as long as that's the effect that you want, happy days.
Yeah.
If you go for something like a makeup sponge, you can go a lot smoother and you can replace things like your dry brush or even when you're a slap chop kind of thing or stuff like that as well. You can just go straight to painting with them, which works surprisingly well, particularly if you're teaching like little kids and stuff. They're not going to have heaps of brush control and stuff. It's a really good way to get paint on model. But realistically, my default is I need a size 1 brush. That is it. Do I like to go bougie and buy artist sable brushes? Yes. Will any old thing do you? Probably for a bit until the tip goes all hooky and funky.
Yeah, I've gotten in the habit of using, I think there's like a $20 Vallejo 3-pack of brushes, which are cheap enough that I can justify buying them over and over again, because I do not look after my paintbrushes at all. Yep. I'm not going to buy $100 set of brushes because I will not look after them. And I mean, I have, paintbrush cleaner, and I have various bits and pieces that are
I
supposed
have
to help.
I
But
have paintbrush cleaner, but you know what? Again, if we're talking about essentials here and you really want to clean your brush, it's made of hair. If it's a sable one, what do you wash your hair with? Because the same shit works.
I don't have
Well,
hair.
no. Well, I mean, you've got some, not necessarily. Anyway, um, so there are options if you want to clean it, but realistically, particularly starting out, I would get a size 1 synthetic brush and just off you go. Whatever you can get from Spotlight and go with as a
Mhm.
starting point. But again, your Vallejos and your AKs and your army painters all bring out an option. I just think the trap is getting stuck thinking I need a 000 thing with 3 hairs. Doesn't help.
Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't for someone like you. For me, like, the bigger the brush, the more likely I am to stuff something up. So I might go, it might take me longer with a smaller brush, but I do find the benefit out of it, if that makes sense.
This is a this or that for another episode.
Yeah.
We'll move on
Fair.
with our lives.
Fair. So we got paint brushes, we've got glue. I suppose we need models.
We do need models, but they come in all shapes and sizes. I assume that people have got the game that they're into and or the thing that they really want to paint, and that's why they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have lived for a very long time with a pair of side cutters from Bunnings to snip things off sprues,
Mm-hmm.
and a hobby knife from literally wherever you're getting your hobby knife supplies from. That has done me forever with the little replaceable blades. If you know anyone that works at a hospital and you can get the fancy stuff, go nuts. But otherwise,
Scalpel.
yeah. I still, speaking of, like, I've got a little tub that had something in it at some stage, like a jam jar from my paint pot. Does its job. It gets filled with water. Regards. I steal all of the napkins out of our takeaway as my paper towel. Done.
Yep. Fair enough.
That's that. And that's kind of it. Like, you can prime by hand if you want. Just buy a fucking spray can of stuff of black. It's worth it. The thing I will say I cannot live without now, and this is me getting old, is a decent light. If you're going to invest in anything before you buy like 8 million paints, get yourself a decent light and the world gets better, and a comfy ass chair. Like, if you're going to be sitting for hours at a time, those two things make the hobby a world of different. Like, it's so much better.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, the important thing has been having a hobby space.
Mm-hmm.
This is not going to be a thing that everybody can do, or it's not going to do as much for people. But I get a lot more painting done having a desk dedicated.
Oh yeah.
Well, set up so that I can pick up a brush at any time. I know for a fact that when I lived with my mother-in-law, I got barely any painting done because I'd need to get everything out.
Yeah.
And then put it all away again.
And invariably, you're like, I want the one paint I don't have easily accessible. And I've tried a few times to paint in places that aren't my own home, and it is doable, but a lot harder. I think I can generally manage with less paints or, less brushes and stuff like that. The thing that gets me though in every single time is decent lighting and a comfortable place to sit for a couple of hours and not hunch over a table and squint. That's the bit that gets me though out of all of those. I'm still infinitely more productive when I've got my own space and I can just roll up and everything's there and it's nice and easy. But I stop a lot quicker when it's hard to see and I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, totally agree. I mean, I've got special lighting in this place now, but when it was like the old yellow, warm, white downlights, I can't do that.
And they're above your head, so you're painting in your own shadow and you're hunched over a table on an old kitchen chair. Like, I've done it. It's just a bad life choice.
Yeah, totally agree.
The best one I actually saw really quickly was professional painter on Twitch, but in like a reclining chair. And he had everything set up, including the light, so it hit everything correctly when he was reclined. And it looked like the most comfortable thing ever.
That's the wish.
Mm.
Laters.
Gotcha.